this is Rochelle and Maya. So, I guess you're a bit exhausted after that run, huh? Mwah. What's in the jar? That's a very good question. So, when I have friends come around to my place, the first thing they do is go to my fridge and have a look. They don't even ask anymore. They just go in, sneak in, and have a look. They often joke that my fridge looks like a lab experiment. When they find this, they're like, what in the hell? I can explain. Let's start with why. Irish sea moss, it's delicious in desserts. It's delicious in smoothies and cakes, and if you make like cashew cheeses and stuff like that, it gives it a beautiful velvety texture. It's basically something that non-vegans have, of course, but it's a creamy substitute. So when people sometimes ask, this does not taste vegan, what the hell is in this? This is amazing. Often it's Irish sea moss. There are other things you can do, but Irish moss is incredible. When I lived in England, we could only get access to the dark Irish sea moss, which is nothing, it's nothing like this. It's nothing like this. And it doesn't come out in recipes like this at all either. So unfortunately, it just doesn't. It's still got the natural properties, but this white stuff is the shit. So this one here, it comes from the Atlantic, from North America and from Europe. Now, one of these packets lasts me 6 months easily. This is what it looks like inside. So this. I'm going to share how I prepare it. Before I do that, I just want to share a little bit about it. Irish sea moss is a natural collagen. It's very, very high in sea minerals. So you're basically getting your seaweed while you're having a cake. Honestly, when I heard that and realized that, I was totally sold on that one thing alone. It's very high in iodine and sulfur. Really amazing for the respiratory system. If you have any bronchitis, or if you want to soothe your mucous membranes. Really good for dry coughs. It's also anti-inflammatory, very soothing to the digestive system if you're having any digestive problems. It's also a mild laxative, so you want to know that. What I do is, I want to share a little bit about it, what I do with it, because people always ask me about this. I use about this much. And I'll put it in this jar. That is literally what this is now. I wash it about 3 times in filtered water. And I really, really get it. You know, like I really kind of massage it in a bowl and try to get as much out as I can of the sand and salt. Put it in this jar. And I will add filtered water. Flat tablespoon of sea salt. And what the sea salt does is it breaks it down. It starts to break it down, so it softens it, so that when you use it, it is really easy to turn into a paste. And so that's that. And then I also add a tiny bit of hydrogen peroxide, 3% food grade. This stuff's fantastic. So I'll just add a few drops of that. When I was living in England, everything was really damp, and I had to figure out a way of preserving things like sprouts while they were actually in process, because they would go moldy really quickly. So that's how I got into this, and it's really fantastic to use in the Irish moss. So if I use that in the Irish moss, so I've done that, I fill it up, I put it in the fridge for a week before I touch it. Everyone's different. Definitely 5 days if you really want to remove the whole seaweed taste. You can use it after 24 hours, no problem, or less. But if you really want to remove the seaweed and soften it, then you want to make sure that you let it soak for at least 5 days. And then once it's soaked, you take it out, you rinse it, and you redo. So you get filtered water, some sea salt, and some hydrogen peroxide. And then I keep it in the fridge for up to 4 months. Easy. All I do is I take it out, rinse it, and Bob's your uncle. It's done. If you use it within a week, then turn it into a paste. So by doing that, all you have to do is you need a high-powered blender so that it gets the right smooth consistency, and a tiny bit of water and some of the pre-soaked Irish moss. And that's it. And you just buzz it, and then you have it as a paste. You take it out, you put it in, I prefer glass, jar, and then you just store that and use that very quickly. So if you're making a smoothie, you can just literally get these pieces, a little bit of that in this, oh no, more than that, like 3 times that in the smoothie, and add all your other ingredients, and off you go. If you're doing a dessert, then it's better to turn it into a paste first and then do the rest of the dessert. You can do things like key lime pie, tiramisu, raw tiramisu that just taste unbelievable, and you can have them for breakfast. I mean, that is just the whole next level. You want to be careful with the amount that you put into things, because if you put too much in, then the cake or whatever you're making ends up losing its taste. So it doesn't lose its taste over a period of time. Like if you put too much in, it's suddenly, the taste kind of goes bland. So you just want to make sure, put in a little bit at a time, taste it right away and check, and keep going like that. You don't want the taste in there, but you want the texture, you want the consistency. Don't waste, put it on your face. Anything that's left in the bottom, if you turn it into a paste, put it on your face. I love this stuff as a face mask. Your face goes all like you feel like you're peeling your skin off. It's very freaky, but it's amazing. I'm going to also do a video on a dessert using this stuff, and I'll share that with you soon. I will also be making a video on the lover secret ingredient. So that will be in a couple of weeks though, because people are still ordering their secret ingredient chocolate. I don't want to ruin the surprise. So, but I will be sharing that, and I'm excited to share that. So that's my favorite secret ingredient for when I'm making smoothies and people go, why is this so creamy? There's no dairy in it. This incredible stuff. Just start experimenting with it. See what comes up.